Hold on 1 second. Gotta get my Diet A&W root beer. That's my new thing is the Diet A&W root beer. Okay. I have a new class coming up. I'm only going to allow 5 people in the class. I'm going to teach you how to text girls and how to do internet conversations. So if you have like, doesn't matter what you're on, Tinder. I've been working with one of my clients with Tinder. He's getting amazing success. I first taught him how to text a girl the right way, how to get her to respond. And I look at each one of his contacts, and I've been telling him, okay, say this and say that. So that's what I'm gonna help the guys do. You're gonna bring in your text stuff to me. I'm gonna look at it and tell you exactly what to say back to her. Okay. So hopefully, you guys who are suffering with this kind of stuff and you want to get over the hurdle and really learn how to get girls to respond to you, get girls more interested in you, some light mind fucking like I used to do, then you might want to get into that class. But again, it's only going to be 5 people. It's going to be a Skype group. We'll start in the Skype group because that way we can share the screen and all that stuff. And you can show me, exactly what you're working with, and I'll be able to help everybody in the group. So make sure you bring in all of your stuff. If you're on POF, bring in your POF chicks you want me to help you with. If you're on Tinder, bring your Tinder chicks you want me to help you with, or whatever you're using. Okay? And we'll also go through the whole how to text a female. I'll break it down for you. Teach you how to have the right kind of flow that will get girls to get interested and respond. Again, I'm working with a fellow right now. I've been doing it this is second month with me, and he's had amazing success. Amazing. Okay? Girls responding right there during our hour. Actually, we went for an hour and a half the other day, but during the time we're on the call together, these girls are calling or texting back right away. Bam, bam, bam. And I say, okay, let's say this. Let's say that. So we've been plotting. This is what I used to do with Jonathan a long time ago. All right. So that's out the way. I went into what I call the ghetto store. This is a store around the corner where all the black folks in my neighborhood go. And someone said, Player Supreme! And it was a young black fella. I recognize his name from actually the YouTube channel. Cameron. Yeah, Cameron. We talked for a few minutes. So someone actually in Sacramento spotted me and said hello. So shout out to Cameron. What's up, handsome Prince of Hollywood? He says, hey, Player Supreme, what do you think about a person doing cartoon art pics and put positive sayings in the pics? I think that's a great idea. I think artistic stuff is really cool. Jordan, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Tracy. Supreme, my coworker has this roommate that I wouldn't mind fuck. How should I go about this? Should I ask my coworker to set me up with her? Why would you want to have someone else do your work for you? Do it yourself. Oh, that you wouldn't mind fucking. Yeah. Well, do your own work, brother. If she's choosing, step over. She already likes you. It's not that serious, Tracy. I had a client, speaking of clients, I had a client like you. He didn't know that women would fuck that fast. I read you his testimonial in a recent video. He's on his way to success, the Latin lover. Once he got used to it, how do I go about it? You go about it by trying to get her, isolate her, invite her out somewhere. Let's say you're over there, you say it's your coworker. Okay. Coworker. She has a roommate. Let's see. Let's craft this. Whenever I go around her, she's in her room and has her door open. And when I'm in the living room, I sometimes see her looking at me. Okay. Go back in there in her room and start talking to her. Ask her what she does. Find out what she does for a living. When you're tired of talking to her, invite her out somewhere. Hey, you feel like getting a cup of coffee with me sometime soon? Tracy, how hard was that for me to say that? Hey, you feel like going out and getting a drink with me sometime soon? How hard was it me to say that? It's real easy. All you gotta do is open your mouth and say something. There's no rocket science to it. You got to grow your balls. Stop being afraid. That's why you're asking me about stuff. You're afraid to go back there and talk to her. If you have fear of women, you're not going to become a player if you don't get rid of it. But you want to be a dater. But still, you're not going to date anybody if you're too afraid to go ask. So I want your assignment this week, Tracy, and do this before Monday, is to invite her out. I don't care what it is. Jamba Juice. You're in UK. I don't know what they have in UK. They don't many have Jamba Juice. Jamba Juice is those fruit drinks stands they have all over the place. Just got off a call with Grease 2000. And we're talking about Tristan. Sorry, Tracy. We're talking about Tristan. He believes, okay, we were trying to figure out who Tristan is. He believes Tristan lives on the East Coast. He's a light-skinned black dude because of the name Tristan. And my theory is he's also black, or at least part black. And we both figured out both of us said he's very right brain. Because he wants everything broke down in exact details, exact steps. That's a right brain person. I don't understand. You got to lead me by the hand through how to tie my shoes. So Tristan, send me an email. I believe you're black. You light-skinned or non-light-skinned black though? Mixed? Trey says, that's my problem. I guess I just keep my mouth shut. No. Grow your balls. Go there and start talking to her. Stop being the shy dude, man. That's not going to get you anywhere in life or the game. Baz, my middle name, says, how do I get women, Supreme? I try to look for eye contact in women, and I'm not getting any. Any tips? Yeah, learn to dress good. Grow your confidence. Let's see. Dress good, grow your confidence, learn to have a decent conversation with the chick, and you'll be just fine. Those three things will get you in the land of pussy right there. Actually, just having the confidence. Because when you have confidence, you'll be able to talk with confidence. It doesn't disappear just because you start opening your mouth. So the main thing is confidence. That'll get chicks to give you more eye contact. Obviously, you're not giving out the right stuff that chicks are digging. Staying ready. When you say grow your balls, does it that another way of saying stop whacking off? No. It means be a man. That's what I'm trying to say. Be a man. Tracy, I'll try go back to my coworker tomorrow, and then if she's there, then I'll speak to her. Yeah. Just open your mouth, man. Just stop tripping on the shit. Supreme, I do this as well where I need to know every detail, every outcome before I do something. You're right brain, and you're light-skinned, and you have a white mother. Yep. Bad. How much do looks matter to women out of 1 through 10? Looks aren't the main thing that women look for. They do like, of course, a good-looking guy. If you're drop dead gorgeous, you got an easy pass to pussy. All you gotta do is show up. But not all chicks gonna go for a good-looking dude, especially if you ain't got no verbal game. You open your mouth, you say stupid shit. Like the idea of the blonde surfer dude. What? That's a turn off to chicks. The main thing is having the confidence and being able to relate to chicks, especially if you don't have the looks. Are you black or are you, what race are you? Bad is my middle name. Because the black community is more hung up on looks and what you got. Chronic. How you coach? You good? Yeah, I'm good there, Chronic. Chronica. I'm black. Okay. Dark skin or light skin? Or like me, in the middle? Excuse me while I finish off my soup. How would you rate your looks? Or that whole 1 to 10 bullshit? That's cool, Tracy. Tracy said she's very feminine. She searched for the password for the Wi-Fi and all over and wrote it down for him. Staying ready. Hey, player, do you speak more than one language? And if yes, you use that to your advantage when dealing with women when you're in the game? Nope. I speak a smattering of Japanese, and I said a few things in Japanese every now and then, but no, I didn't really use it in the game. I would say I'm a 6 when I'm at my best. 7. He goes, I meant to say 7. Okay, you're good enough to get all kind of pussy. If you are a 4, if you study the black community, you see 4s out there fucking pussy. And 4s are like the fat, sloppy bodies, ugly faces, and they still got not no hot chicks, but they're fucking pussy. Trace says also Supreme. If I don't see her, can you give me another assignment for talking to girls? I'm working this weekend, but I can still talk to customers. Your assignment is that one chick. If you don't see her, go knock on her door. Say, hey, ask her how she's doing. There's no running from this, man. The chick's digging you. You got to bone her. If she ain't there, ask your roommate when she'll be back. Show up when she's there. Tell her you came in. Hey, just talk to her. Chronica, did you go by looks when you was in the game? Did I go by looks? What do you mean by looks? By a chick's looks? A little bit of yes, a little bit of no. I always want a girl with a nice face, but they also had a fat ass. And some guys, they don't like girls with big asses. Certain races don't like girls with huge asses. I like girls with the bigger the better for me. But I always like a pretty face. Their faces had to be kind of cute. Cute. That was my favorite type. Is a girl that was cute. Super pretty, no. But cute. That's my best type. Tracy, but it's like a university dorm apartment. So each of the girls are in their rooms, though she keeps the door open. So I'll say something to her and complete good. Don't run from the assignment, man. Speak to her. And then invite her. The end of assignment is invite her someplace. But that means you have to hold a conversation with her. Ask her what she's studying. Ask her, you mind if I come in and sit down? It's okay to leave your coworker out there. Ask her, hey, you mind if I come and sit down in your bed with you? There's nothing wrong with asking her that. She would like it if she's digging you. Chronica. I think I go for looks in a woman too much. That's my problem. And I agree. I like a woman with a fat ass. Good. For me, it was hard to find white chicks with black chicks build. So nowadays, it's a normal thing. White chicks are getting asses now. What's the place that you have in mind to invite her to, Tracy? That's my middle name. I agree with you about having good conversation game. I think my talk game is kind of lame because when I'm talking to a girl, I seem to have a lot of pauses a lot of quiet moments. Okay, here's how you can make that 1,000% better. First, tell me how old you are. By the way, this is Bad is my middle name is asking this question. How old are you, Bad? "24." Okay, so would you say that she's probably 23 or 24 also that your girls are talking to? Around the same age? So if she's 23 or 24, think about all the years you've been alive, all the things you've experienced in your life. Like maybe you moved when you were 6 years old to a different town. Maybe your parents took you on this trip. Well, you're black. We don't take trips. But you know what I'm saying. She has 23, 24 years of life experiences. The best thing you can do is always get a girl's life story, as I call it. And I took that for the pimp game. Get her life story. Basically, find out as much information you can about her. Your conversation will be 70% her, 30% you. So that means you're asking her questions about, where she from, where she grew up at, everything you can find out. If you're in school, what do you study in school? What do you want to be? Where'd you come from? What'd you do in high school? Where'd you go to high school? Where'd you go to before that? Do anything special in high school? Everything, because she's got all those years of life experiences there that she's experienced, that she can share with you. You want to take a real interest in her as just a fucking human being. Like if I was 24, you and I becoming friends, we do the same thing. And the goal is to establish common grounds. Like people make better friends when they did the same thing. Like you went to Kit Carson Elementary School too? So did I, man. Shit like that. You bump fists, yeah? Okay, so try to find common grounds in your conversation that you can relate to. The more of those breadcrumbs you can follow that lead to common grounds, the more rapport you will develop with her. Okay? Stand ready, player. I know you say speak to everyone around you. You know how to do it today? I went to the store and there was an Indian guy behind me. I actually didn't talk to him. I was actually in my head. But I normally do, yeah. But continuing. You see a woman you want to bone and she's not choosing. Do you speak to her? Nope. No. My dick doesn't play me like that. I got control of my dick a long time ago. I'm not a sucker. Even though she's not choosing. See, you're still thinking pickup. That's one of the problems I have with one of my clients. He keeps thinking in terms of pickup. Like when he goes out to the club. The purpose of talking to people around you is to learn to socialize yourself. So you feel more comfortable talking to people that you don't know. If you're thinking, about, just fucking, it's like this. I told guys go take Toastmasters to become better public speakers, also conquer the fear of the fear of public speaking. Number one fear out there. You conquer that fear, your fear of females kind of goes away, right? These jackasses came back, said there's no hot women in there. Disgusting. And then someone want to know, are there any hot chicks in Toastmasters? Don't be thirsty. Control your dick. If she ain't choosing, she don't exist. If I'm in a club and a fine bitch ain't choosing, I ignore her. It's her problem. If I'm in a place and I see hot chicks and I'll look, but I don't let them catch me looking. I don't want her to see them. If she ain't choosing me, I don't want to see me looking. Because then they add that to their little bank. Yeah, I got him. I got his look. Yeah, and I got his look too. I'm not building her bank up. You guys who are thirsty, you some damn fools building these bitches' bank up. Making her feel good. So, hope that answers the question. No, I don't. Okay? And I speak, if she's behind me in line, I do talk. But I'm not trying to pick up no chicks. At the bookstore, hot chick. This is in the early 2000s. Yeah, I met her. And I boned her. But she was choosing. When they're choosing, speak to them. Like you're doing, you want to meet them. But if they're not choosing, it's okay to say, you look like you got your bag overloaded or your basket overloaded. Or why did I always choose the wrong line? It's okay to say that. And leave it at that. Chronica. I was going to say that's what happens with the generation today. It's white girls with fat asses. Yep. Chronica says, I dropped all my women I had on my team. With so much stress, I'm going to start again. That was not a good thing to do. He who has shall be given more. He who has not, all shall be taken from him. You're in the position of not having anything. It's hard to get started again if you don't have your game strong. Okay? For you beginners out there, you guys are still struggling in the game. Make sure you replace them. You don't drop them. That's what my boy Craig did. He never got started. He just ended up on the other side of the fence. He just gave up. You know what I mean by the other side of the fence. Baz, my middle name, says, okay. Baz, my middle name, tell me if this is true or not. I asked my mom why I didn't get many girls. She told me it's my town. Could a bad town affect your game? You could put me in any town if I was single. You could put me in any town, I'll still find pussy. I went look this town up in California. It's called Weed. Look at the population. Fuck that. Let me do it. I saw bitches I could have boned in fucking Weed. Where's Google? Weed, California. There's nothing there. There were some bad bitches. Actually, some fat ass bitches up there. It's like white chicks in small towns grow them big butts up the mountains and shit. Look up Weed, fellas. Weed is a city located in Siskiyou County, California. In 2010 census, population of 2,967. Down from 2,979 in 2000. Well, it's probably even less today. But there are some females up there. And by the way, I said earlier in another show, there were some brothers up there fucking the white chicks up there. I saw some brothers up there. One was working in the pizza parlor that we went to. And I saw a healthy white chick up in there. But she was married with kids. But put me in a town like that, I'll be fucking. I don't care if they're married or what. I'll be fucking. I was using my boy Grease as another example. He was in a small town, Eugene. Pussy was just running to him, jumping in his basket. He just told him about this 19-year-old chick. He had a boyfriend. And he ended up cuckolding the boyfriend. He sat there and whacked off while he fucked his 19-year-old girl. Okay? He just told me this today. And because the girl was looking for him. She wants a strong, dominant man. So the girlfriend ended up hating the boyfriend. The boyfriend tried to commit suicide over the shit. Because she had, want to get up under Grease. And then after Grease left, she found other dominant dudes. And the boyfriend walked in, she was fucking another black dominant guy type dude. So he tried to kill himself. He was going to jump off mountain they have. I forgot the name of it though. That's popular in Oregon. But she called his parents, and his parents put him in a place where now he's making puzzles every day. The nut farms where you put together puzzles. You can't handle stress. Small town. Eugene is a small town, like Sacramento. Sacramento has several 100,000 people in it, but there's not a million people here. Let's get back to this. Chronica won't be ended up on the other side of the fence, LOL. Osman, how do I game these college hoes? They're hard to game during the day for some. That's because their mind is focused on school. Your mind should be focused on school during the day as well. But give them something to choose. Like, if Tatum Channing showed up on the campus, would they not drop all those thoughts of school and be all over his ass? So obviously, with you, there's nothing to choose. You're a normal dude walking by. Nothing extraordinary about you. Build something different about you, they'll notice you more. Okay? Staying ready. No disrespect, player, but have you ever paid for pussy? Yeah. When I was a kid. My first piece of ass, I paid for it. And the second piece. I went back for seconds. I told the story about that. I was worse than the shyest guy here. It was so bad, I missed my senior prom because I kept asking this girl named Audrey. Well, I kept walking by her house, saying, "Hi, Audrey." And I walk around the corner, stand for 15 minutes, walk back around. "Hi, Audrey," hoping she was outside after school. Then I walk all the way down, if you know anything about Rancho Cordova, all the way down Cloma Road, all the way down to Rancho Cordova, into my house, my home. Because I wanted to ask her to the prom. And I finally got the courage the day of the prom or the day before the prom, I don't recall, but she said no. Because I was too stupid and shy to be a fucking man. And asked her to the fucking prom. I don't think she even went to the prom. Nobody took her. I didn't ask in time because I was too stupid. Too cowardly. That's why I get mad at some of you guys. I see myself. No. I don't want you guys to be like I was. So I went to a professional. I saw that you want to know what triggered the idea? Jodie Foster. Yeah. The one movie she played. Damn, what's the name of that movie? Anybody know the name of the movie Jodie Foster played where she was a prostitute? That was my favorite movie. And that Italian guy was in it. Taxi Driver. Or it's Taxi or Taxi Driver. Where he's going, "You talking to me?" Yeah. I saw that movie like 3 times. And I decided, yeah, okay, I'm going to go to a professional. And we're at a place called 4th and T in Sacramento. That's where all the hoes were. And I had gotten my car. But I tried to do it in my car, and some cops were down there. You know, I was circling the block like a buzzard, going around, looking at all the different whores. And I pulled over, and a undercover cop said, move your car. So I buzzed out of there. And next time I went back, it was months later, I rode the bus down there, and I walked around. It actually took me a couple times before I even actually paid for anything. And I was embarrassed. I was shy. Here I was a 17-year-old strapping, buff motherfucker walking around, scared shitless. And I went to this. She had a blonde afro. She might have been a white chick or a super mulatto. Really white skin, but she had a blonde afro. I don't know. She was just light skinned. I guess she was maybe mixed, of some mixture of type. And I asked her, I started talking to her, and I said, I didn't know what the word was, date. She goes, yo, you want a date? And went upstairs, and it took me forever to come. I asked to touch her titty. She said, they don't like you touching their titties, and like, but she let me touch her titty. Somehow, I don't know, I finally busted. That was my experience. But I took this hand home because I touched her down there, and I smelled that hand all the way home. I didn't wash it for a fucking week. I could still smell her scent. And it felt so good to finally get rid of that V card. Because I felt like a man after that. You guys who are virgins, you have no idea what you're missing. When you get inside of a female, it is why guys go crazy over pussy. You can sit there and whack off every day, you'll never get the feeling. Dupree, why don't black women really give out eye contact? Because they know better. They know better. Plus, they give out eye contact. Unfortunately, if you're like Tracy, mixed, biracial, light-skinned, or you got money, or you're a sports star. Outside of that, for us regular brothers, you got to work for it in the black community. They got game. They know the game. They know a brother's is thirsty. They're going to come up to you. They know all you got to do is have the fat ass. And Tracy corrects me. It's Channing Tatum. I don't care. You like Jovina, man. Always trying to correct me. Osman. Laugh my ass off. True. Chronica. I bored where I go out on the weekends, so I go random. You must be on a phone. I know you can't type this badly. I go, you want to say to random clubs. Not I go random clubs, right? See, I got to read this shit. I don't want to sound like an idiot. And pubs now to meet new females. Clubs is where I grew my game. I love nightclubs. Nightclubs are like the best because 64% of the women that go to a nightclub go there to meet men. 64%. And there was like 20-something% go there just to be seen. I never would have guessed. Just to be seen. Aries or Rideshare. Just watched a TV segment about Magic and his gay son, and it got me thinking, do you think bisexual and gay energy can be passed on? Do you know that it actually, their whole families will have it? I do think it's an energy out there, actually. And I think that energy affects some of the kids when they're in the fetus, because they found that if the woman doesn't deliver the right amount of testosterone to the fetus, that child has a chance of coming out homosexual. He doesn't get the right amount of testosterone. He gets a little bit less amount, and he's kind of feminine now. And I think the energy out there, because I know homosexuality now is an energy. It's a strong energy. And if you know anything about quantum physics, once it's in the energy of mankind, it shows up everywhere. Good question. I'm glad you asked that. In my boy Craig's family, it's him, but his cousin, his uncle has 2 twin daughters. One of the daughters is gay. And I've seen where it could be in the entire family. One brother, another brother. Bad is my middle name. I'm 6 feet. We're about the same age. I'm just a bit over 6 feet. How do you dress nice, Supreme? My opinion of dressing nice is wearing some fresh gray jogging pants, a hoodie, Black Jordan's a do-rag? Well, I'm 57 years of age. I'm from the old school. And I don't recommend dressing old school, like putting on a suit or a blazer and all that kind of stuff. Just a nice button-down shirt, nice dark wash jeans, some hard shoes. You wear Jordan tennis shoes. Fuck what happened to us. This just irritates the fuck. This pisses me off because they fucked us. And you're one example of how we got fucked. You know we didn't dress like that, by the way. This is like a new thing that happened to us. We started worshiping the Jordans. This is not new in the black community. It's been there for like a little bit more than 10 years. Maybe a little bit longer. And they fucked us damn good. They got us to where we sag, now we can't run. Fastest runners on the planet, but we can't run. Too busy sagging, which is a homosexual thing out of the prisons. And then they got us so we don't dress nicely anymore. One thing about black dudes, we always dress nice. We don't do that anymore. We think wearing some fucking Jordans and some jogging pants is dressed nice? No. What kind of female wants to do is wearing that? Where's this brother looks like he can protect me and provide for me? Well, you like a protector, you look like a thug, but can you provide? Because that's what turns on sisters. That's their instincts. And unfortunately, they've done so much damage to the black community that they've made black men look weak like this. They've feminized us. They made us look like we can't protect or provide anymore. And we can't. We can't get jobs. We constantly have records. So the sister can't trust a brother. So if you look like a brother who's got something going for himself, and that's wearing dress shoes and some dark jeans and a nice button-down shirt, then the sister's going to flock to you. Because they're dealing with the rest of you knuckleheads who are wearing fucking Jordans. Christian Gonzalez. Just a minute, I got to clear my head. This shit does affect me really badly when I'm black and I care for my community. I hate to see what's happened to us. Bad as me, you have no idea what I'm talking about. You have no idea what I've seen. I've watched this happen to you guys. Okay? You think you're normal? You're not. It's not normal. And I watched it happen to you. To where you think, wearing the Jordans. I've seen these low-life ghetto clubs where that's in with tennis shoes. And those kind of clubs attract the ghetto trash. No. Hold on, phone's going off. Okay, what do we have? Okay, the dude from Food Source. Okay, good. My son's inviting me to his new gym. Unfortunately, I shouldn't have given my number. I don't really pick up my phone. I don't like talking on the phone. Sorry, Cameron. I see your photo. Cool. Christian Gonzalez. Hey, Player Supreme. Yesterday, I bought the Filipino girl from last week over again. I made her come 5 times in 3 rounds. Good job. She's going to keep coming over now. I put out nothing but good products. When you learn how to make a woman come, you get about how to make a woman come, you get these kind of results. These females will be coming. And then they become addicted to your dick. They'll keep coming around. Wouldn't you rather have a female addicted to you, wanting to have sex with you all the time, versus you having to beg for it? Simply Deep. Love how you say Skinned it. Oh, light skinned it. Yeah, that's a play on words from the old school days. Not light skinned, but light skinned it. My bad. I'm on iPhone. Yeah, I figured that. Christopher Williams, what's up, player? Do you think having a chick as a friend with benefits is cool? Yeah, I love that. She's not here. I just got rid of. I had a back door this whole entire time I'm dating Jovina. I just got rid of her in January. Brazilian babe. Christopher. Okay. Christopher says, this chick knows I'm talking to other women, but she just wants to fucking hang out. I like that. She don't want to put no strings on you. I love that. Those kind of chicks. I've had those kind of before too. Some think they're on the inside because they're laughing at other girls vying for your attention. This is what I experienced. They're just bad as the other chicks, as far as I'm concerned. No, I let her think that, but she's just bad as the other ones. She ain't special, basically. Like they think they are. Osman. Is it pointless to go to a club if you don't drink? I only started drinking towards the end of my game. I went to club all those years. I drank a combination of orange juice and cranberry juice. Okay? I never been there because I feel like I'm the only sober one while everyone else is tipsy. Yeah. Don't. I've been through that also. And I don't believe in getting fucked up. Chronica, jeans and a shirt, take your game serious, run it like a business. Christopher, I always dress up. It's the badass way to go, and women take me serious. Not just women, but people in general. Exactly, Christopher. Thanks for that comment. Tracy, Uncle Supreme, yes. I'm thinking of starting my hero's journey, which is to unlock the truths of this world and wake people up to what's hidden between the lines. Okay, looks like next person's comment is, see me? How do you start getting women to lace you up, player? Interesting, you should ask that. Have you had sex with at least 50 women yet? When sex gets to where it's like routine, a piece of cake, that's about 50 chicks. After your 50th lay, then it's time to start getting paid for your time. And getting gifts and stuff like that. That's when you tell bitches what you want. You can start with just tell them bring you dinner. Before you come over, I want you to stop over at this place and give me XYZ. Okay? It's that easy. Start there. Before you come down, there's a pair of shoes I have on hold. Why don't you go pick them up for me? Go pay for them for me. It starts like that. Yeah. I want to see that new movie. I want to take you out to the movie. Hey, Susie, I want you to take you out to dinner tonight. I want you to check out the new restaurant. It's that easy. When they're down for your crown, they'll be there. A lot of guys are afraid to ask. I actually work with males that are afraid to ask for shit. That's one thing I didn't do with the Latin lover guy. He didn't actually accomplish that one yet. Get a chick to pay for his shit. Oh well. Staying ready. What do you think about chick that would rather give you their Facebook and not their number? Does that mean they're not interested? I don't have Facebook nor Instagram, by the way. Yeah, pretty much. Facebook is for friends. The number is for people she wants to talk to. Okay? So don't get it twisted. You should actually know that. Common sense should tell you that bitch ain't interested. They're staying ready. Tracy. I'm going to create a YouTube channel exposing the Illuminati and the secret societies. That's what my admin on my site did. He wrote 2 volumes that fucking thick. He put in the work. Byron. I never had any problem getting females. I enjoy the topic of women, so I do read up on other guys' game. My question, what made you want to teach the game? Good question, Byron. I came online in the early 90s, but I wasn't doing anything with just porn, to be honest with you. And then I was learning about these email or these chat rooms. I got disgusted by the chat rooms. Then I learned about the pimp game. So I found this site called the Pimps Network. Okay. From there, I discovered the online seduction game. And I started giving advice there. Because it felt good when guys took my advice and they were able to become successful. Because before I came online, I taught a friend of mine, how to get pussy firsthand, okay? Who was actually on the other side of the fence. So I taught a gay dude how to get women, pretty much. And it worked. He boned a sister, an older female. He had a bunch of other chicks. Or I should say he ended up on that side of the fence. So I was given advice on a place called So Suave. I'm an African American. Most of the dominant people on that site were of Caucasian descent, and I would show pictures of girls I met that night. You know, I post photos of them, and I didn't realize those guys they were a bunch of virgins, and they started doing the hateration thing. There's some people there that didn't like someone upstaging them. I guess they had a hierarchy of dudes on there. They were basically, those dudes were nothing but liars. They were lying about the game. I busted so many of them in fucking lies about the shit. I was the real thing. I was from the real world out there in the nightclubs at the time, meeting and fucking chicks constantly. And I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with these guys? Then I saw their faces. I thought everybody was like me, like a normal guy. They would end up being these, these ugly dweebs, these geeks, these nerds. And I realized that's why they're such big haters. So I left there, went to a place called Fast Seduction, looking for guys who had game. There was a guy that was called something NYC. He sounded like he was a cool dude. I went looking to see if I could talk to him for a while. I was looking for people to talk about the game with, because nobody's on my level. I rose to the very top of the game. I got girls buy me cars. I got girls taking me on trips. I got clothes. I got, what I wanted. It started as a low-ass player up to girls paying for shit. So I'm looking for other people to talk to about it. What I experienced, what I learned, and share and learn from them. Couldn't find anybody. I went to Fast Seduction. Of course, I ran the same hierarchy of Caucasian males because they were pushing this whole, European-style game stuff. This nerd shit out there. It was called PUA stuff. And, I thought that shit was shit. So I said, it's bullshit. It may work for, it was not even work for nerds. Make nerds even more nerdy instead of help normalizing them. So I had all these arguments. So I said, you know what? I'm doing my own thing. So I started the first podcast show in the online seduction community. I'm the guy that started the first podcast show. And then from there, I was on a site called Libsyn, and I had a little podcast blog, so people start talking. From there, I had someone that actually did it for me, put up the first site I had. And from there, I've been teaching ever since. Okay? In fact, here's one of my guys from my forum right now, Aries, or Rideshare. When you started this business 10 plus years ago, did you expect to last this long? I never had any thoughts about that. I never thought to the future. I'm surprised I'm still here. I'm a little disappointed I'm still here, actually. I can't see myself doing this for the rest of my life, though. There, Aries. So, yeah, I never thought about it lasting, how long it would last. I'm surprised I'm still here though. Tracy Jackson. I'm an intellectual brother. I may do it through music and through stories. It needs a different message to be taught, whatever you're going into. The really right brain guys, they do a lot of, teaching in that area. Christian Gonzalez with a Z. I keep visualizing myself with Latin women. I think I'm going to take Latin dance lessons and hit up those Latin clubs. That's what my one coaching client, I just stopped working with him now. He reached the end of his sessions. He did 3 months with me. We got him to where he needed to be, and he's off on his own. That's what he was doing. He started taking salsa, and he started meeting babes. See Me says yes. Yeah, I have. I forgot what the question was. Matthew, player, what's the best advice for speaking in the humorous speech contest? Ah, wow. Preparation. I'm going to give you a technique that I use. It's called split focus concentration. I learned it in a book on public speaking, but they were applying acting techniques to it because I also studied acting. So let's say you're practicing your speech. While you practice speech, I want you to get out your vacuum cleaner and pretend like you're vacuuming the floor. Do some kind of activity to where your body has to do something physical while you're going through the speech. That will make you come alive while you're giving your speech. Also, it helps you memorize stuff because I memorized I also did commercials. I was able to memorize a line for a commercial and deliver it spot on within 30 minutes instead of taking, a full day to memorize the shit with that one technique. You could go to my store, it's only $10. Get my speaking product. Okay, I talk about other stuff in that also as well. I'm glad you're doing the humorous speech contest. That one I haven't done. Someone said I should do it because I'd given some funny speeches before. That's what caused me to lose. I went 7 seconds over. I didn't see Jovina go because I told her I had her sitting right in front and warn me when I get to this. And I missed it. Jihad. What's your thoughts on if your girl's friends are hotter than she is? More power to them. Don't have any thoughts on that. I'm with my girl. I'm not going to give those bitches my attention and devalue my girl because that devalues me, devalues our relationship. I'm not going to slather them because they're hotter. I don't care. I'm not that cheap and superficial, bro. I'm not going to devalue my female because that devalues your game. That devalues you. When you think they're so hot, much hotter than your own girl, then what are you dating? A dog? No. Have some pride in your own female. Bad is my middle name. How many seconds is eye contact? 1,001, 1,002 is good. Look, these are my eyeballs. She's looking with her eyeballs at you. 1,001, 1,002. She looks down. 1 second is all it takes for me. Make that eyeball to eyeball contact. You should be able to feel, but a lot of you guys can't feel. So go for 1,001, 1,002. 1,001, 1,002. Dominic, how do you turn a good girl into a freak? Can you just leave her as a good girl? Every good girl has a freak in her, a little bit of freak in her. But if you want a freak, go get a freak. You can make her a little bit more freaky if you want to, do some nasty stuff by suggesting, let's try this. Talk her into, trying something freaky. See if she likes it. Okay? Let her uncover the freak that's within her. But leave the good girls alone, man. If you want a freak, A girl that's just downright freaky. Go find a freak. Christian, how many years did it take you to get your 50th lay? I have no idea. When I was at America Live, I was bringing bitches home just about every weekend, one a weekend at least. And I went there Thursday and Friday. I went there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sometimes on Thursdays. But if I caught, then I would spend a day with them. It was stupid. I stopped doing it after a while, but I would spend like a day with them. You know, I'd fuck them that night. Then I want to come over the next day and fuck them again. So eventually I started going every night. And I didn't catch every time because I was looking for something special. I realized that I like girls that are passionate. And passionate women, they don't come around that often. I got tired of these, you know, white chicks laid to like dead fish or fuck like a dog, you know, ram. I want to make love. I want to make love. And I want, you know, I like to kiss and I like to talk to chicks and I do my mind fucking and I didn't want just any chick. That's why I started learning to hunt by feel. So I don't know when the 50th lay came. Wow. But it came somewhere during that time period. I was in my 30s. And by the way, I've only been with like 137 chicks. That's not a lot compared to some of what these other guys are claiming. Like 500 women. I went more for building a team. If I want to bring a bitch home, I want her on my team. I didn't do one night stands. I've done that. I know one I can think of for sure. Others, it was because we didn't mesh in bed. I can't count how many that was. You know, everything was fine. I'd get home, get in bed. If I got like a sick feeling afterwards, there's something in energy would make me feel like I had the flu the next day. Because I was all about the energy back then. I started doing Reiki, which is a form of healing and stuff like that. Very connected to energy. And if they didn't have the right energy, then I knew they weren't good for me. Jihad. What do you do if you're feeling your girl's best friend more than her? Wow, that's a good question because Why? Why are you feeling your girl's best friend more than your girl? Is she just much hotter? Recognize that it's superficial. It's cheap and superficial how you're responding. So recognize there's a cheapness within you that you want to mature. Okay? It's okay the girl's hot, but if you want to, you know, just because she's hot, bone your girl's best friend, that's not the kind of fellow that I even want to even work with. Okay? Now, it's different if the girl's actually feeling you and there's nothing you can do about it. Let her keep on feeling. I've made those mistakes before, and I don't encourage anybody to make those mistakes. Because your girl will find out. How did you put your women in check when they got a line? Verbally. Never had to hit it, bitch. Your words. If a chick takes you seriously, your words are serious to her. Even though I came off like I want to have fun, when they act up, then the serious part of me came out. And the fun goes away. And chicks hate it when you're mad at them. They hate it. Case in point, let me use my own current girlfriend. We had just met. She said guys always touch her ass. Touch her. I want to see it. Normally when I leave the club, a girl's behind me. But I wanted to walk behind her. And I want to see this shit. She walks up to this. There was a short guy that was in the club. There was a player in the club. She was walking by him. She scratched chest and said bye. She actually touched this motherfucker's chest and said bye to him. I had my finger on the back of her belt, my finger in her pants, and my thumb on her ass cheek. And I may have talked to that dude once before. He was a low-level player. He was beneath me. So she just devalued my entire game. I already been to the pimp game. And this female devalued me like that? I got ice cold. Didn't say a word. I told her to go home. I'll call her later. What's wrong? Nothing. I'll call you later. Did I call her? No. She blew up my phone. She didn't sleep that entire night. I wouldn't fuck someone else. Came back home. The next morning, I told her to come over. And I set her down. And I told her what she did that I didn't like, didn't appreciate. I don't know what kind of motherfuckers you used to dealing with, but that's not me. She learned after that how to act. I talked to her about, I can't stand white bitches when I'm with them out and they're with their man, they look at you. I don't do that either. So I gave her the whole rules, so to speak. And she's never done anything since. CC, yeah. Byron, nice. Tracy, Supreme. I'm going to the gym now. I'll try to see my coworker. Good. And Brother Grease is in the room. Guys asked some long ass questions. Yep. Yes, it is BS, Byron says. Rideshare. The cops went from just beating up black people to outright killing them. So how do you think this police execution epidemic is going to be resolved? I'm not smart enough to know that answer. I know that as a race, we're gonna rise up again until something gets done. That means the FBI has reported that the KKK basically has invaded law enforcement. So those people who are members, who are racist, are going to have to be taken off the police force. What's bad is that, like I said on my private Facebook account, is, when it's a shame when good men do nothing and let evil triumph. I looked at one of the recent killings, and cops that show up. Well, I was looking at actually a killing where a cop planted a gun in the car. True story. It's out there. He's actually up for murder now. But all the other cops, there were black cops there. They knew what he was doing. They did nothing. You could hear him saying, because the guy, sped off and they were chasing after him. I think he had a warrant or something. I don't know what it was, but they chased after him. He said, I'm going to kill this motherfucker. And sure enough, they caught the guy, wrecked his car. They crashed their SUV into him. He ran out there and shot him. And then later the cop went to his SUV, got a pistol, because the dash cam was on. And then there was also a camera in the building watching the whole thing. Planted the goddamn gun. And the evidence showed that only his DNA and fingerprints on the fucking gun. But he wouldn't sit in the car and plant it. Those other cops knew that. So, as far as I'm concerned, they're as bad as the guys that do the shit, because they do nothing. So, there are no good cops to me anymore. They say there's still good cops on force. If they go along with that, they're not good cops. And I know if they say something about it, they're going to be ostracized. But what the fuck? What the fuck? That's not right. So you go along with evil? Bad subject. I don't want to go into this. Give me ranting and shit. Byron, the eye game is real and works. if you know how to work it, never fails. True. Christopher Williams, how do you really hunt by feel? That's a very good question. I'm glad someone actually asked me that. To know, to be able to understand what I'm saying is you have to have a little bit of history and metaphysics to know about energy. See, I hunted girls that had a good energy about them. And I always found them. And they were always usually very intuitive themselves. Intuitive people can feel other intuitive people. And I like intuitive chicks. I like girls that are about energy, that has that type of metaphysical energy about them. I wouldn't be with Jovina if my friend, the DJ, had said, I wish you would just say hi to me. Because she was a chick that I never would have actually approached. But Rick said, I wish you would say hi to me. So I stopped her, and I don't know why I took her out after that. But she didn't have that feeling. But with Jovina, I learned to build an actual friendship. So we're friends. Usually I was fucking. I was never these chicks' friends. I didn't know how to build a friendship with a chick first. And I like the friendship. I like being friends. It was something new for me. The only thing I don't like is when I put myself in this cage, because I call this relationship a cage. When you've been out there and you've had so many, you can get any chick you want. Like I said, drop me in a town of fucking weed. I'll have pussy in a week. Good pussy in a week. When you get to that level, you could, Brother Grease here. We can drop, and Grease did this, got on a plane, went to a town with just his credit card. Met a bitch, she paid for everything. Fucked him for the whole weekend, fed him. And I believe he's still here. If he's still here, he'll tell you about it. When you get to that level, and he wants to do this, and I'm telling you, he ain't going to be able to do it. To settle down with one chick, when you got to take your game that's expanded this far and contract it in and just focus on just one female, it is hard to do. So you got to have something strong like a friendship to hold you there. It's hard. It was hard on me. That's why I had a back door. But even then, I just only saw her maybe once a week for a while, and I would drop once a week, But now it's been hard again because I kicked the back door to the curb in January. But still, it was still hard, man. All those fucking bitches out there, because I was used to having different females. Now I'm only fucking one. And there are guys here who ain't got none. But when you get used to fucking lots of pussy, it's hard to fuck just one pussy. That's why you need to build a friendship. If you guys are becoming daters, you got to build a friendship. Rideshare. Do your exes always try to get back in the... Yeah. And I believe Grease was talking about that today himself. My exes a lot of mine are on my private Facebook account. And please don't look up my name and try to add me, because I will never add you in there. That's my family, the people I went to high school with, and ex-girlfriends are in there. They're all in relationships, but they still, they still, added me on there. Actually, the bodybuilding chick, when this whole Trump shit started, I started talking about Trump, she did it again. She unfriended me. She's married to a white man, and she's happy. She's the one that said being with me was like staying on the edge of a cliff, and being with him is like a bowl of warm milk. You guys better be more like a cliff with your females. That means you got to bring more to the table. You got to have a personality. Can't be these ordinary mumbling kind of dudes. Your personality has to be as bigger than the room that you're in. Byron, no, sorry, it says never fails. Bad is my name. I know this may sound strange to you, but my mom always told me to pay for pussy. 90% of the ass I ever head I paid for. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Because now that made you just a trick. Your mom made you into a trick. And that's not cool. Byron, if you feeling your girl best friend more than her, you have to work on trying to get the friend and your girl on the 3 score page. I tried that. I did the threesome thing. Nah. Most people do that. It ends up ruining the relationship also. Jonathan Lopez. How do you feel about talking to women who are unhappily married online? I've boned a few married chicks. I don't recommend it because you may get shot and I get blamed for it. So do it at your own risk. And it's amazing how many unhappily married chicks are out there. I almost wrote a book on how to bone unmarried chicks or unhappily married chicks or married chicks. I was going to write a book because at the time, this was back in 2000, I think 10 or something, 11. There was a need for it. But then if someone gets shot, I don't want that karma. Not that I believe in karma, but I don't want that. Think about that type of thing. Jonathan, I have an older woman I've been talking to for a month now, and I mind fucked her into keeping her interest to me. She's always talking badly about her husband and never gives her attention. Yeah, that's why I'm in business too. Where did Greece go? Type this video in YouTube. Black people are ancient Americans, part 1. Why? Why would I want to type that? I know that black people are here in America. You do know I know that, right? The Olmecs. They found their bones in South America. Australian blacks. Still black people. The mound dwellers. This is for dating. Okay? I know you want to feel good, to rub something in white folks' faces because you're angry about being black. That's your issue. It's not my issue. Don't bring your shit around me. It stinks. That motherfucker keeps trying that dumb shit. Hate crazy motherfuckers that can't let shit go. What the fuck? Okay, next comment. And I've been on here for quite some time, looks like. Jonathan Lopez says, I know it can end at any time, but enjoying it while it's here. There's Greece. Good job, too. Good job out of it, too. Pelori the King, what's up? Supreme, what's up, Pelori? Pylor? Good. Do you mind taking over for a minute there, Greece? Answer some of the questions for me. I'll be right back. I gotta put some ice in my cup. Let me finish these off first, though. Do you keep souvenirs, for example, like girls? No, I don't keep souvenirs, man. That's childish. That's something that people do in movies. That's serial killerish. Strider Chip, yo, player, what's up? I'm currently at my job at Chase Bank watching you. Why don't you funnel some of that money at Chase Bank over to me there, brother? Greece says no souvenirs as the game in their head is that souvenir. Okay, I'll be back. Take over for a minute there, Greece. Direct your question to Greece. if you have questions on the game. If it's something for me, just ask. I'll try to read when I get back. Christopher Williams, what made you get into the game, and did what did you start? I started at the age of 27 or 28. What made me want to get in the game was my ex-wife had tricked me into getting her pregnant. Got married for 7 years. I did the old-fashioned thing. I couldn't take it anymore. I started teaching aerobics class. I was getting myself in shape. She wasn't in shape. There was all these hot chicks in the class. It kind of influenced me. I knew I hadn't lived my life yet. I was just 19 or 20, and I had gotten into that whole mess. So I decided to, separate, and I was going to be a dater. That's all I was. I didn't want to be like my dad. My dad was a player. It broke my mom's heart, and I'm the kid that looks like him, so I paid for that shit. You guys ever get hit with an extension cord? You know how it takes the skin off you? That's what she used to beat me with. Because of him. So I went out with this girl named Susie Pertel. I'll give her a name out, fuck it. And I slept with her. She's another aerobic instructor, and the next night I couldn't get a hold of her. And I finally saw her the day after that, and I finally got out of it that she had slept with an ex-boyfriend. So I said, two can play that game. Next chick I was with was another instructor named Susan. So I dated two of them openly. It was like payback. Like I was telling Grease, I don't just stab knife, I twist that motherfucker. So I twist that knife for her. She was with me for 3 years, of nothing but her crying constantly. Those two calling each other. What'd he say to you? He said this to me. But I became a player. The player in me actually jumped out. That I was meant to be. Let's see. Grease says he started 16 when he lost his V card. He says, I was on and off in the game until some things pushed me deep into it. And Christopher is asking, do you mind sharing those things, or is that personal? Pite Lower, damn Supreme, I'm 23. How did you get tricked? She stopped taking the birth control pills. She was supposed to be on them. And I was trying to break up with her at the time also because I was tired of being there. But I kept going back for some sex. Stupid. And my mom said she already has 2 kids. You shouldn't be dating her. But my mom gave me an ultimatum. Because I was coming in here. I was spending the night over there. And I realized I was being disrespectful. As a kid, you don't see it. But she gave me an ultimatum. You're either going to be with her or you're going to stay in the house. But you're not going to come in and out in my house. So I moved in. I'd moved in with it. I was trying to leave and come back home. My dream was always to go away to college. I wanted to go to college. And that got taken away because I became a father. I wanted to stay in a dorm and I wanted to, study. I love to study. I went to college all through my 20s and 30s, and I started up again in my 40s. I stopped when 9/11 happened. But I always loved taking classes. I love learning. Scout. Aren't we all just born in the game? Just some are using it rather than being used. Greece. We would have to do a show on those things. Chris. Well, Christopher, if you could show up for the show. He goes, okay, cool. Thanks, Greece. Make sure when you direct the question, put who you're directed to. Because I thought that question was directed to me. You asked, what age was I when I got in the game and all that. I think everybody knows my sad story. It was pretty sad. I retreated into the world of sci-fi books. At the time, I wasn't even a good father at that time. I was autocratic, very stern. To this day, my kids tell the story of how they had those little floaters on their arms that teach them how to swim. I threw them in the pools. It said swim. Hey, player, you ever thought about going back to being in the game? Not at this age. I'm almost 60, man. One thing I couldn't stand was old dudes still in the game. And I don't want to be one of those old guys in the game. If something happened in my relationship, I'd have no choice. But let's say Greece came down and stole my girl from me and fucked the shit out of her and mind fucked her, and then she couldn't look at me again. Like he keeps dreaming about doing. So I'd be back in the game again. Then I'd be in the game. Let's see. Greece says he is too old to do so. Just like me. You're still young, Greece. You ain't got your first gray hair yet, man. Hey, when you get gray hairs on your nuts, then you know you're old, man. Trust me. This happened in 2000 and I think 12 when I started to just go all white, or 13. It's like overnight, bam. Bad as me. I wish I could be a player like you, Greece, and Bangura. Let's see, I got 3 on my chin. Polari, laugh my ass off. That's what these fellas need, their Grease, is someone young to lead them. Because you're in the game. Fuck, where's Bangur at anyway? I haven't seen him in a long time. And damn it, I still keep forgetting to contact him on Skype, see what was up. I rarely go on Skype unless I've been using Skype lately because they killed the Google Hangouts, so I can't do the private Hangouts anymore. I gotta use Skype for everything. If I were to go in the game, I'd date my own age anyway. And chicks my age, nah. Well, actually, I'd date someone 40, around in the 40s. Find me a girl that looked good in their 40s. Let's see. Stay in the ready, Hayes player. You ever used any supplements? Energy drinks, dealing with all them chicks? No. I'm not a pill popper. I've used supplements. I used to take, what was it, the Russian Bear? That's when I was, trying to bulk up and get stronger. I would take, my supplements, but on a regular basis, no. Russian Bear was their animal pack. It was vitamins with some herbs in it. Pelori, yo, Supreme. I don't have a deep, sexy voice. Can I still be a player like you? You sure can. That sounded kind of gay, Pelori. I don't have a deep, sexy voice like you. You forgot to say no homo. You can actually work on your voice and bring it down deeper. He actually didn't say a deep, sexy voice like you. He said, I don't have a deep, sexy voice. Can I still be a player like you? And it doesn't take a deep voice to be a player at all. But it does help. Especially when you're in bed with a chick and you're talking in her ear, giving her some commands, like squeeze your pussy. That's it, baby. Squeeze it. That sounds good to chicks in their ear. I feel you, Pelori. Mm-hmm. Agree says yes, but talk from your balls. Good voice helps. Now, Grease has a voice like James Earl Jones. Very, very deep. And that's one of his special powers in the game. Scout Chelsea, I feel like I possess all the skills and knowledge to go out and conquer females. Can you break down fear into its energetic character? What do you mean by energetic character? That's too nerdy for me. Explain what you mean. It's energetic character. Break down fear. When your body feels fear, your heart rate goes up. You sweat a little bit. You stammer. You stutter. You shake. That's what you're talking about? You feel like you possess all the skills. You can never possess all the skills. But if you have nothing but knowledge and no practice, it's not going to work. You need the knowledge and the actual real life practice. That's why I always try to get you guys to get a starter hole to practice this stuff on. So you can develop those skills. You said skills. Skills imply that you've had a lot of practice with women, and I'm not seeing that if you're talking about fear. Bad is my middle name. How do I get big arms? By doing bar curls. Actually, you can get them better by doing dumbbell curls. Do incline curls. Pull your elbows back, so when you curl up, your arms stop right here at the chest height. If you're going like this, you're hitting your front delt. That's why you get that bicep tenosynovitis. Can't speak today. Bicep tenosynovitis. Pain in the bicep. Keep your elbow back. Also, second exercise, after you do that, take a dumbbell. Do not do Scott curls or preacher bench curls. Use the other side of it. You know how the bench slats down and goes like that? Use that side of it. Put your arm so it goes straight down. So you get that full stretch, and then squeeze the bicep curl up. They're called spider curls also. Those two will make your buys grow. Mine grew from 15 to 19, then to 21. Also, do your sets to failure. When you do bar work, your dominant arm will dominate and your smaller arm will stay small. So I recommend you guys use dumbbells more. I know it looks impressive. You're curling. You got a big 45 and some other disc on the side, and you're curling that sucker up. But it's better to actually go to more isolation. Arm curls are an isolation exercise. Okay? You get a lot of bicep work when you do your back work. If you're doing heavy back work, your buys will get stronger. Staying ready. Hey, players, chewing gum, a great tip when spitting. Yes. Yes. Number one, it keeps your mouth fresh. Number two, it gives you this kind of asshole persona. Cocky. Destin, what's up? Says, what's up, Supreme? Wow, I just about to ask you a question on that. On what? Chewing gum or getting your arms big? Back. If it's better to use dumbbells than use dumbbells on the bench because the bar stops here at your chest. You can't go through the chest. Dumbbells can come down lower than the bar can. That way you're working your chest from a deeper stretch. Now, if you take your elbows, see when they come down, you cock it at a diagonal angle, you give yourself your chest a different diagonal stretch, which creates a hell of a lot of pressure when you push that weight up, which creates a hell of a lot of development. Always go for dumbbells. If it's choice between the bar and dumbbells, dumbbells. Again, you also have the strong side. You want to make your weak side come up, dumbbells. Now, one machine I do like is the rope tricep press down. But you can do that with one arm also. Don't have to do it two. I prefer two. Pelori, yo, Supreme, do you think it's easier for a white man to get a black girl or a black guy to get a white girl? It's easier for a black guy to get a white girl. You see a lot of interracial. You don't see too many of white guys with black chicks. And the reason, because black chicks, they don't want white dudes. They started selling this back in the 90s. And it's coming. There are sisters who are dating white guys now. The dominant society's been pushing that since the 90s in the movies. And after that, you start seeing more and more of it. But still, sisters, you know, they're like they're like brothers. We're kind of masculine. But also, there's other things about us. Scout. I understand through practical experience, knowledge comes after experience. I struggle in the escalation of the connection to the female. The escalation of the connection to the female. You struggle in the escalation of the connection to the female. You mean you struggle in connecting to her? Or do you struggle in getting her to say, let's go back to my room? Hey, why don't you come over to my place? You struggle in open your mouth saying that? Hey, why don't you slide by my crib? Does that take a rocket science to say? And then when she comes to your place, that's when you should be putting your lips right on her face the moment she walks in the door. A lot of guys are afraid. The more you wait, the bigger your fear becomes. Then it becomes awkward. A woman likes a good seduction. Okay? They don't want it to be awkward. That makes them awkward. Makes them feel foolish. The moment she comes in your house, put your lips on her. And then just drag her to the bedroom. Do the cooking afterwards. You know, lay her on the bed, bone her ass, then get up and let her make you something to eat. Scout, my past encounters have been the most promising. I can feel the energy within me pushing me, yet it fights within. Then stop thinking about the energy and just be about the action. Don't try to theorize about shit. Don't try to do the whole metaphysical energy thing. Just become about action and start getting your ass laid. Then after you fuck her, lay there and think about the energy thing. But not until after you bone. What do you think of Tupac? I respected his artistic ability. Grease. Scout, you getting the life story? Says you actually listening to her? Question mark. He's asking you a question there, Scout. Gloria, I went to a classy restaurant and our waiter was a black woman. She pulled the old, oh, hey, I think I know you, BS, and I got her number. Okay. Scout. I do, yet she pushes away. Are you guys fucking, Scout? I wonder if people really know what it is to get a life story. Hey, play, have you ever whole chase for fun? Yes, I have. Hate to say that, but there are times where I remember being at the Southside Club. I'm on the floor dancing, or at the edge of the floor dancing. The strippers went in there. And I just grab a stripper by the hand and start walking to the floor. Or I grab them and start dancing right there. It was outside venue. They had a wooden stage. And a lot of people stood outside the stage. Or on the grass, or there's places sitting, all that kind of stuff. I've done stuff like that. But not whole chase for sex, no. Chris says, no, we don't hold chase out of boredom. Yeah, I should have clarified. Now that I think about it, he's thinking about hoe chasing, like going to the mall and just cold approaching chicks. I did that in my youth when I was in high school. Because I read a book called How to Pick Up Chicks by Eric Weber. And no. No. Excuse me. Stop a bitch while she's walking by in, the place like what I was talking about. It's not really hoe chase. That's just taking a bitch, I guess. Dominate or whatever. There's some kind of cold going around. My mother has it now. I gave it to my older brother. Christopher Williams. I like older women. I'm 27. I like women in their late 20s and mid 30s. Do you think women in their 30s will peep game? Women in their 30s have got some game because they've been through the shit. You like me, I like older women also. But now I'm an older guy. Which is kind of interesting. Just seeing the change. When I was a young guy, I liked older women. Now I'm the older guy. Bad. Since I've been having trouble in the game, I was thinking maybe I should start acting like Tupac. Why? Why put on a Tupac persona? That's not real. Why don't you learn to become a real man and be real about it? I agree. Yes, if your game is strong and they are receptive, he also says, don't act like Tupac and grow your balls and be your own man. Thank you. Your own man. Tupac is dead. Staying ready. Hoe chasing does take a lot of energy. Player, I did it a lot in my 20s. Yeah. Back then, there was no information on the game. That was the only book that I knew of that was teach you how to pick up chicks. It was a white dude put it out. And it was all about just going up talking to girls. Most of the brothers back then, they hoe chase. They still do to this day. They do that, grab a girl who walks by. That's a form of hoe chasing. But I'm talking about nightclubs. It takes a lot of fucking energy. It also creates a lot of negativity. And sisters can't stand it. Women in general can't stand it. It's amazing how many guys know it's a numbers game. The PUAs, they know it's a numbers game. But somehow they've been able to sell these guys who are the worst type of males to give that to have doing that kind of thing, because most of them are unattractive to begin with. To send them out in the streets to run up in these females' faces who are hot. That has never made sense to me. You're sending nerds into the streets just because you gave them some kind of magic script to yell in their faces. And it's no wonder it was a fucking disaster. Is PUA still alive? Anybody know? They're still out there, aren't they? By now, I've noticed there was a trend a few years ago. They're going back to trying to teach natural game, what I've been doing the whole damn time. Let's see, Destin. Same here. I hoe chase like a mother, even in the grocery store. So you actually still do it, Destin. Well, you're a damn fool, man. I'll tell you that right now. That takes a lot of fucking energy. I'm not chasing after a bitch trying to tap dance and get her interested in me. I let a bitch choose. You can be a king or you can be a pauper. That's pauper game to me. I'd rather be a fucking king. I agree. Then she isn't open. Let's hold on. Missing something. Take your cough drops. I don't have any cough drops. I'm okay now. Notice it comes and goes. Bad. I've been having trouble with my game. Tupac persona. Okay, did that. Stand ready. Ho chasing. Does take a lot of energy. Destin. Same here. I ho chase like a mother. Even in the grocery store. I guess you meant in the past, Destin. Scout. We talk. We have fun. Yet when the time comes, when I start digging in more, she starts closing off. Even after assurance, I can't establish a good foundation. There's something going on in her past why she's blocking you off. She don't want to talk about it. Leave it alone. If you're talking about trying to dig out something that happened to her, let it come out on her own. You could ask her other stuff, childhood stuff. If a girl doesn't want to childhood, obviously there's been something going on in her childhood you want to talk about. So stay away from that. Just if you're fucking having fun, don't worry about it. Just have some fun. Okay? Let it. When she learns to trust you more, she'll come out with it. Don't feel like you got to be the mastermind and know everything about her. Let her open up to you. Relax a little bit. Grease says then she isn't open to you, so move on. Why do you keep pressing on her? You must have deep feelings for her. Destin, LOL. Even college campus, but whatever. I don't give F if someone clown my ass, but thanks to Supreme, I try my best to stop that shit. You try your best to stop hoe chasing? That? How hard is that to do? Let's see. I'm on a campus. I see a hot chick. I don't have a desire to hoe chase her. She's choosing. She looks at me and smiles. I'm going to say something. How's your day going? And if she likes me, she'll stop and talk to me. She'll stop. That's how you, it's as simple as that. How's your day going? If she wants to talk, she'll stop and talk. That says she's choosing. I don't mind if she's not, don't want to stop and talk, she's not choosing. She's just being polite by smiling. Polar, yeah, POA is huge. It's still huge. Didn't know that. I don't pay attention to what's going on anymore. Let's see. Well, Bad's my name. Well, can I act like you, Supreme? I want to be you. That's nice. I'm afraid of people trying to do me. I want you to do you. Okay? But there are situations where I have people go, okay, what would I do in that situation? That's the only context I want you to take it in. Yeah, that PUA shit, Destin says, I think fucked a lot of men up. And Polar says, PUAs are a bunch of losers. Destin says, no, I don't. Bad as me. And how do I grow my balls? By becoming more masculine, becoming more of a man. Destin says, Supreme, I said I learned not to for you. Destin, I said I learned not to. Oh, not to from you. Okay, gotcha. Typo from you. There you go. Okay, good. KR, what's up, KR? Player Supreme is not PUA. That's an, yes, it is insult. I hate when guys do that. No more. Do I look like a fucking nerd? Scout. It's not only her, he says. I've been successful with some, though. I need to let the game flow. Are you guys fucking? Scout? It was the, like Grease was saying, if it's a bitch that ain't giving you no pussy, and she ain't putting out for you, and she don't want to talk to you about things, but you said you guys have fun. So I'm trying to figure out if you're fucking or not. Christopher, player, I try to use the airport as my advantage. But sometimes it can be a short window due to the fact they're trying to catch a flight. Yeah. Aren't you the airline stewardess? Yeah, I meant flight attendant. Sorry. My bad. Male flight attendant is something new that I don't like to fly, so I don't fly. I haven't flown that much, but I started seeing male dudes up there. Christopher, whatever made you want to go into that line of work? Staying ready. Hey, player, which is worst, hoe chaser or whacking off? They're both equally bad. Don't do either one. Actually, I'll put hoe chasing one up, because hoe chasing is a numbers game. Eventually, you're going to find a bitch that say, oh, yeah, I'll give you some. You're number the dog. All you're doing is begging for sex. Like the rest of the dogs out there, yeah, I'll give you some. Okay, dog. There's your bone. Every now and then you might find that. It was whacking off. It's just straight not good. I can't think of any situations. Except if you're trying to learn to control your dick. So actually, I'm going to put hoe chase at the bottom. Damn, bug got in here. Christopher Williams at Greece. Greece says, then you need your ass kicked. Greece goes, Chris, you need your ass kicked as losers chase women at work. Losers chase women at work. And Griso says, and you will lose your job if you keep it up. And he goes, that is some losership. I agree 100% with that too. Matthew Thomas says, thanks a lot, player. I just want to add, why don't you create a book reading club and give your circle? You know, actually, I do have on my blog, there's a section for books. Oh, I think I got to make the page live again. I've got some books. I'll make sure I'll make that page live. Let's see. All the books from Amazon.com that I recommend. Let's go into pages. I'm in the back of the site right now, and where was that at? Bookstore. Uh-oh. Damn. I guess the plugin I'm using fucked up. That's why. Dating books, pimp books, online dating. Okay, looks like I'll have to work on the page again. Sorry about that. I'll see if I can get that back up and running. Comments are going too fast. I'm going to keep up with them. Let me scroll back up. Doesn't says I haven't seen nothing about hoe chasing yet. Yeah. He says go to Ghana or Nigeria, for example. I've seen some videos. Destin also says But I can understand to a degree because they're hoe chasing, they're women, so the game may be easier to a degree to play devil advocate. But I still agree with you that it could segue on the game. KR. Well, number one, I'm not in Africa. I'm in America. If you're on a campus, there was one brother that had the cops called on him because he was hoe chasing on the campus. Remember, we're black. If you're hoe chasing non-black chicks, they might complain and get you in trouble. Apparently, some Asian chicks and white chicks turned him in. KR. There's this YouTuber, Futuristic Bounds. I believe he's a dater. He said if he ever going out to a club, he'll ask a chick to take her out on a date. I think it's corny. Yeah, that's pretty corny. Grease says, please don't chase women at work, guys. Destin, may be easier to a degree to play devil advocate, he says. Well, Destin, okay. But I still agree with you that it's not good segue on the game. I thought I read this. Duplicates. Supreme, Pluri asks, do shy girls have different choosing signals from more? No. Alpha chicks will come over and talk to you. Shy girls will glance and look down. Really, fellas, if you are just a normal guy, yeah, thanks, Grease, the alpha chick comment. But if you're just a normal guy, you could tell when a girl likes you. Come on, you're not that robotic that you can't see when a girl likes you. James T. Supreme, how do you get rid of nervous energy? You burn it off. Exercise. Try working out. Try doing high intensity workouts. You'd be too tired to have nervous energy then. KR says, what's up, Grease? Scout says, Supreme, I'm familiar with your teachings of everything having a vibration through scientific studies. It is found even at the lowest energy state. All molecules have a vibration. Yeah, even rocks have a vibration, just much slower. That's what causes them to be so dense. KR, what happened to Kitty? I don't know. I'm just grateful that we have a break today. Destin, yo, what's up, player? Grease, I didn't see on here. My bad, bro. What's going on? So he's saying hi to you there, Grease. Nate. What's up, Nate? How long does it take to grow confidence? Well, you've been trying it for how long now? It takes as long as it takes. Confidence doesn't happen by reading books or doing my course, because it's built. It's built through actions. Let's say, Nate, can you ride a bike? Do you remember how you were scared when you first started riding a bike? If you can ride a bike, then you grew confident to the point where you can ride with no hands. And now I can get on a bike right now and ride with no hands because I did it when I was a kid. I did it a few times as an adult. Just to see if I could really do it. I did it a few years ago. I'm confident. I have confidence. You acquire confidence through your actions. You get good at something. Like good at talking to girls. There, Nate. Good at fucking them. That's real confidence. Okay? Staying ready. Hoe chasing. And got cops called on them. You got to be joking. No, I'm not joking at all. Not even joking. Dustin, yeah, In my country, the game is so easy. I don't waste time and shit. Yeah, in your country, all you gotta do is look like you have something going for yourself. But I'm not in Africa, man. I'd like to be, but I'm not there. James T, do you have any book suggestions on the topic of energy and metaphysical stuff? No. I'm looking at one right now called the Psychic Energy Workbook. That was a good one. It's called the Psychic Energy Workbook. Have exercise and stuff in there. But don't get the book thinking you're going to start being able to put your hands over a bitch and she's going to want to fuck you. Dustin has got a question for Greece. Looks like, or where am I at? Crap, this thing keeps shifting around. Nate, get a wife, Greece says. Nate says, what's up, Supreme? I've been working on 2 years. Yeah. You should have been there a long time ago. You have enough. Are you confident in what you do for a living? Whatever job you're doing? That's confidence. You have confidence already. You just don't believe in yourself because you're 5'3" around women. Now, Greece will tell you his father was 5'3" and his mother was 6'1". So what's the difference between Greece's father, who is 5'3", and you, Nate? Tell me the difference between the two of you. Do you think Greece's father gave a fuck about a female being, way taller than him? And the man was a good player too? What's holding you back, Nate, is you. I say get a girlfriend, even if you're only 23, because you struggle. You don't have the personality of Greece's father. Greece's father would have no problems. Would have had no problems replacing Greece's mom at 5'3". I told you about all the 5'3" people I've seen. See, the problem is you, Nate. You're still afraid. You think because you're 5'3". Also, you're hunting within the black community, and that's not going to work. We got to get you into a different community, like the Asian community. Women are 5'3" in the Asian community. You got to think like a hunter. If you can't get the game here, go where the game you can get the game at. The Latin community. Latin guys are 5'3". There are Latin guys, across the border, 5'3". There are Latin guys in the country who are 5'3", 5'4". I just saw a dude last night that was 5'3" at the hospital. In fact, we're in the same elevator. He had his daughter with him. Mexican guy. Scout Chelsea. They're in the normal state. And we're looking for that boost. I'm not sure what he must be talking to Greece. Okay, staying ready. If negative people or negative thoughts come in your brain, how do you deal with it, player? Negative people, I get away from them. Negative thoughts, I get rid of them. I don't like negative thoughts. I don't like when Jovina gets negative thoughts. And I tease her on that. I call her Geraldine. That's my mom's name. And that makes her mad. Makes her change. I'm not Geraldine. Greece says stop creating negative energy and change your mindset. Exactly. I just put out a $7 product. It's going to $27, by the way, fellas. The $7 is the only introduction price. Get it for $7 or get it for $27. Your choice on how to change your mindset. Called Mindset Transformation. But I didn't put it in my store yet. Fuck. Something else I forgot. Dustin Supreme. I was that guy was hoe chasing at the college. I thought that was you referred to, but I've grown a lot and I learned to stop that shit and I evolved and working toward improving. Are you back in Africa? Your parents went back to Africa? That was your name on the forum too. I was wondering about that. Okay. Depri, Greece, do you date black women? Okay, that's a question for Greece. Destined. Myself on becoming a real man and strengthening myself in the game and having power over these bitches. You first got to have power of yourself. Before you control any bitch out there, you got to learn to control yourself. A woman's not going to submit to being controlled by a dude who can't control himself. She's got to respect you. When she respects you like that, she'll bow to you. A lot of guys, they think they want to come in here, become these big badass players and have women kissing their feet. And the woman that kissed my feet was because she respected me like that. That showed her love and devotion to me. Okay? So you got to be that type of man that inspires that in your females. You can't be these dudes on the internet, on YouTube. Like, when I was in the game, I wouldn't spend my time on YouTube. I'd be out there in the game fucking. Okay? I'd be out there doing the game. Or I'll be out there doing something. So, you can't be these dudes who are online. I don't know what you guys do, playing games. I put away the games. Okay? I did man things. Even in my spare time, I read. You got to build your personality so that's larger than life. That's the kind of personality that women are going to bow to. Again, look behind me. Look what's on my wall back there. First place. Best table topic. Best table topics. First place. Best evaluator. Best speaker. Advanced speech number 1. Best speaker. All the way down here. Up there, 2006 speech contest. First place. Toastmaster of the year. Certificate of appreciation. I also got another one that I found in my office. First place. Toastmaster first place winner. There's my competent Toastmaster certificate that I'm a Toastmaster. That's the kind of man I am. That's the kind of man that women are going to bow to. Okay? Not dudes that smoke weed and go to a club every weekend and spend the money on, buying bags and shit. Okay. It's going on 2 hours now. It's time to wrap this up. Supreme. Sorry, I lost it. It jumped again. Hold on. There's negative people. Okay, I see that. Asking Reese if he dates black women. He's dated some sisters. We've all dated sisters. You Jelly. Hey, what's up, you Jelly? I'm doing pretty good, man. Greece, yes, color has no impact on my females who choose. He's better than I am. I don't get a lot of choosing from sisters. Never have. Mulattoes, yes. And I don't mean to separate the two, but yeah. I got more choosing from light-skinned because I'm on the darker side. Cis-type sisters. Pelori, is it ever okay to hoe chase? Is it okay to eat rat poison? Why would you want to chase after a bitch that ain't not interested in you? Explain that to me, Pelori. Why would you want to chase after a girl that has no interest in you? Do you think you can talk her into fucking you? Do you know what it's like for a woman to open her legs to a man? Everything she's got to go through in her head just to make it okay with herself? Obviously, you have no idea. A lot of men who think of hoe chasing have no clue to that, what it's like for females. They think they're like dudes, I guess, that we fuck anybody. Sorry, it's not like that for chicks. Even freaks. Freaks like sex by the pound. But even they're choosing about who they let between the legs. So, why would you want to chase after a chick that's not going to fuck you? For some reason, we think if we take out enough dates, she might become interested in us. How are you going to get on a date if she don't like you to begin with? So, you tell me, is it worth your time to see if you can put your bid in? Supreme, I would love to purchase your mindset book. Look on my channel for the mindset. Anything says mindset video, go through my videos. Click on my videos. Go through all my videos. You'll see it. It says mindset. Just click on the link in the description there, you jelly. It's not just a book. It's actually the audio program and the book combined and a bunch of other bonuses. Destin, I don't give a fuck. Yow's that dude hoe chasing like a motherfucker. Oh, you bad now, huh? College campus and malls and grocery stores, all that shit. But I stopped and put a halt to that shit. You also become Americanized too, man. I can see the change in the way you speak. You sure you want to be like us American brothers? I have a friend who's 4'10", Nate, so you are fortunate. 4'10". I wouldn't even begin to know what he's going through in his life. 5'3" is doable. But 4'10", he has to go to the Philippines to find his women. Because women in the Philippines can be 4'10". He'd have to, that's a special thing. Or go to Tijuana, where the Indios that live there, they're like 4'10". The females. Christopher, Brother Grease. Okay, that's to Grease. My stream was messing up, but do you think me being smooth on the airplane talking to women when I have a break on the plane is a bad thing? Be careful. If they complain, brother. That's all it takes, one complaint, by the way. Stay ready. I want to ask Christopher a question. Why do you think chicks who are trying to fly somewhere want to fuck you? Can you answer that for me? Why do you think they want to fuck you? Do you think every chick that gets on the plane wants to fuck you? I'm just kind of curious. Stand ready. For the guys that hoe chase have to find a way to get their power back, right? Yeah, that's it right there. That's one of it. But also, it's a fucking waste of time. She ain't gonna fuck you. Especially in the black community. These hard-headed sisters, man. Yeah. I've listened to black chicks talk about dudes. Back then, we used to call them bugaboos. In the club, they buy them a drink, they won't go away. So the sisters stop taking drinks from certain weird black dudes. James T. Supreme, if you were talking to a woman who had some level of fame, would you talk to her like any other girl? Yeah, I would. I certainly would. Would you try to find her weaknesses? Exactly. Yep. I've done that. For example, the female that I met in Vegas, that was married. I didn't know she was famous. They use her legs. There was, if you know anything about dance, there was a pair of legs going around in the dance field in L.A. Poster. Those are her legs. SR9. Hey, Supreme. This, I know it is. I just sent you a reply to the email you sent me. You did? Well, let's see what your reply is, SR9. I think I asked you, why didn't you ask questions while you're on the forum? I'm kind of curious why people
You've got mail.
ask questions when they come to the forum. Let's see what we got here. Adrian, hey. This is from my client I nicknamed Latin Lover. Hey, player, I love my progress, but I think my online account and texting could use a touch of improvement. How much are your 5 sessions, and what times? Okay, from not 5 sessions. I'm only letting 5 in the group. Adrian, you must be watching, and it's not going to be as much as my private training. It's going to be just $97. Yeah, it's going to be a group session though. Okay, I'm going to let 5 guys in there because I'm going to be inundated with all you guys texting. Okay, how to get this girl, how to get that girl. In case you guys know, I'm going to be doing a private class on internet communication, texting, and like the Tinder stuff. Like I'm working with one of my clients now. I've had some bomb ass success with one of my clients and his Tinder. He showed the girl's picture. I look at her photos and look at her profile a little bit, and then we concoct our message. And he's learning. His game has gone through the roof. He was PUA, by the way. Learned the PUA game. And he was responding like a PUA, and it was getting nowhere. So now he's getting responses while we're actually on our calls. He's okay. The girl just sent the message back, so we concoct another one. It's been fun for me, so I've enjoyed it, and I think I want to help more guys with it. Brother Grease, my stream. Let's see. Staying ready. James T. Supreme, if you were talking to a woman, yeah. Grease says both, and Grease says she ain't special. There you go. Just because a woman does a job and gives her some type of fame, what I've learned about women that are famous, they're still the same person inside. One of my clients used to be the hottest, most in demand news anchor in Sacramento. Dudes were just crazy for her. I'm her trainer. I told her to ask what to do, and I learned the secrets. Yeah, really. I'm not even go there. So SR9, sorry, I didn't get your message. I'm an old man. I'll let you guys know when my class comes out. Hey, Supreme, I'm doing good. I'm sorry about not asking questions. I just got out of a relationship. We know that, again, over 2 years. Yeah, we know that. That's why you came back to the forum. So I just been cold approaching since June. Why would you ever even think of doing that? Now, this is one of my old students. I don't get why someone, just because a bitch break up with you, you lose your fucking mind and start cold approaching. She's only one chick. Replace her. June, I just said, fuck it. And I'm just going to get my situation with them handled. I got some numbers, yet a lot of rejection, yet getting stronger. Yet I haven't gotten laid since Memorial Day weekend. So basically the whole chasing has done nothing. Except some numbers. That's something also I'm going to have to help guys with, is how to talk to chicks on the phone. But we can't do it in a class because she'll hear us giggling in the background. That just has to be done privately, I guess. Next comment. I can't believe I've been sitting here for 2 hours now. My friend's life sucks, Kara says, to be honest. Destin. Hold on. He's talking about somebody who's picking up a lot of white chicks. Let me see what Destin's talking about. Please, when you get a chance, can you please, for the game review, watch this guy on YouTube called Deepak Wayne. He's an Indian guy. Okay. We'll check him out. He's picking up a lot of white chicks and other races of women, pulling these women home on site. Are you sure? You can't believe a lot of videos. A lot of video editing goes on. Also, a lot of guys have been busted hiring these bitches. So I have very little faith in someone's video. Show me the bitch kissing his feet, I'll believe it. Nah, even then. People are going to try to duplicate the shit I've done. You Jelly Supreme. My best friend is 5 foot and he has no problem pulling good women. So to height to me is trivial at best, and he isn't a model either. There you go, Nate. Destined. Already did Destined. KR, my friend's life sucks. Yeah, I read that. Destined, there he goes again. Like it's nothing. Can you please make a video breaking this game down? I don't know how he's doing this PUA shit and this game is working. What's he called again? See, I forgot that fast. Anybody remember what the dude's name was? Deepak Wayne. Like Deepak Chopra?
Hey guys, hope you're doing good. I'm doing good too. I know it's a bit annoying, but this video I have to make it. And this is the last video I'm addressing the issue.
He looks like a black man. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. That looks like a brother. So that brother opens his mouth. Somebody go... It's called This Video Proves Deepak Wayne is 100% real deal and Krauser is a fake fraud liar by Wayne Dating Lifestyle. Tell me that that's not a brother there. I've seen one Indian that looked like, you know, like he was black. And I've seen like some that were questionable. This dude looked like straight up black dude.
Or doubt if Deepak...
Or doubt, yeah, he has the accent though. I'm from the deal.
Wayne is legit or not, if Deepak Wayne is hiring actresses for his infill video or not. By the end of the video, you will clearly understand.
No, that's German. Is that a German accent he has? Is he over in another country? I'm going to look him up. I'm going to study this dude. Number one, he's a brother. The guy I'm looking at is a brother. He's black. And it sounds like a German accent to me. Someone tell me if I'm right or wrong. Supreme, what's the name of the book you were just talking about when I joined the channel? It was $7. Yeah, that's the program, the Mindset Transformation. I think if you type it into YouTube, it should come up. Grease says, I'm out, brother. I'll email you Friday. Okay. Talk to you tomorrow, there, brother. Deepak Wayne. Supreme, you got to look up Seductive Instinct and do a review on him. Remind me. Right now, I'm focused on this dude.
And Deepak Wayne is the real deal. And in this video, I will also address a guy.
This is someone else saying he's the real deal. And it's a brother with a German accent. Okay. Programmer to Pimp. Deepak Wayne's Pickup Journey. Maybe that is him.
Hey guys, hope you're doing good and I'm doing good too. And
Now
in this
here's the
video,
Indian
let's get
accent.
personal here. And you know that I love you and I know that you love me. And that's why I want to share my personal story. How
I can say right now that-
my journey from dating coach, my journey from high-tech
He doesn't look like an Indian guy. That's the first thing. People mistake him as being a black dude. And he must be mixed. Because his features are straight up black. I haven't seen him in the field yet. Hold on.
consultant to dating coach, and many people have asked me in this question in the past that how it all happened, because I have a bit different kind of situation. I have a bit unique situation. I'm an immigrant from India, and so many people are interested in this thing. So how it all happened. As you all know that I'm born in India and migrated to Germany in 2000.
Ah, that's where the German came from. See, he's got a German. I hear German is actually he migrated to Germany. He's born in India, migrated to Germany, but he's got to be biracial.
And after an unsuccessful relationship with my ex, and after finding out
Okay, he's wearing double earrings. He looks like a black man, and he's got the German accent thing, German Indian accent combination thing going for him. He shaves his head. He's smart enough to wear, the V-neck shirt. That's cool.
that getting girls in real life for me here in Europe was
This dude should have no problem getting girls by his personality. If you look at his personality, he's got that control thing. He's confident.
much tougher than I thought. So I finally Googled in internet how to get better with girls. And then it was 2010, I started my pickup journey. At that time, there was two kind of pickup. One was routine-based pickup and one was natural kind of pickup. And my problem was that I was not fluent in German language or English language, and I have accent. So even if I try this routine kind of pickup, this structured game,
So basically, he's over in Europe. It looks like looking like a brother in Europe, Germany. Looks like. I don't think he should have any problem picking up chicks. You asked me to break down the game. I'm giving you what is his advantages in the game. He looks like a black dude. He shaves his head like a black dude. German chicks love brothers. And he might be biracial. I don't know his personal background. His last name is Wayne. That suggests there's some biracial possibilities there. He doesn't come off like an East Indian guy. I've never seen East Indian dude, look like a black dude, dressed like a black dude, got the double earrings like a black dude. So that's his one up. I can see right now just by looking at him right there. Also, he's got the confidence. Again, I'm looking at a video called Programmer to Pimp / Deepak Wayne's Pickup Journey Part 1. So that's what he's selling. Let me get back to this and close out the show. But he's from India, but he also lived in Germany. Yeah, he's in Germany. And if you look at him, he looks like a brother. That being a black dude in Germany sells. In fact, talk to anybody, any black dude that's in the military, he'll tell you, go to Germany. We have a student that's an African who's in Germany right now. He's not here right now, in fact. He's getting all kind of pussy now. Yeah, you guys remember him from the Facebook group. So that's his leg up in the game. He looks like he's from someplace different. He looks like, he's black, even though he's from India. I haven't seen him doing any gaming of chicks yet, but I'll check out that out probably later on tonight. Even though his German is going to still sound not like real German, just like other people from Africa do. Because the Africans are cleaned up in Germany. Those thick chicks love black dudes. Germany and Italy. Those are two top places to go to. If you're ever going to the Air Force or anything, go to Germany. The brothers say, go to Germany. Germany. Okay? So he should be cleaning up with his look. And he's smart enough to know to shave his head like that, to dress the way he does, and to come off like not an Indian guy. Because unfortunately, if you come off like an Indian guy, that's immediate rejection. I'm sorry for my East Indian, but that's immediate rejection. For some reason, it's like down on the totem pole. But you come off like a black dude, that will give you a leg up. SR9, social game is where it's at. No, social game is not where it's at. Club game is where it's at. That's where you grow your balls, and that's where the real man. If you're a real man, you'll shine in the clubs. Think about it. I went to the hardest. It is the hardest market. It's still the best market, but I ruled. I'm a guy that got played by his first girlfriend to get her pregnant and got married to where I could walk into a club and rule. No, I don't have a social network either. I'm not a social guy. I don't have a bunch of people I like to hang out with. That was never me. I'm more of a shy introvert type of guy. So it didn't work for me. Staying ready. I've been working on leading girls to the dance floor. Player, I'm trying to work on leading these chicks verbally and physically. Good. It should be just physically. That's all you should need is just grab her hand, start walking. If you want to be polite, hey, let's dance. Hey, let's dance. I learned not to say, do you want to dance? No. Hey, let's dance. Walk. Okay? And on that note, damn, it's 4:30? Fuck. I'm going to call it a day, fellas. I'm tired. So I'm out. I'm looking at this Deepak guy again. He seems interesting. I guess he came from PUA. Does he use PUA in the game? We'll find out.